Well, speak up, I do not have all day. Is it done?
Okay, I sabotaged this scaffolding, so when do I get the rest of my money?
Patience, you toad. You are not finished. I want that project ruined and I want her to suffer and be blamed. I want her to feel real pain. Thomas, we will find out who did this. This is no accident. I have spoken to Jax and Ms. Beecham and they have spoken to the police. The police are investigating the building site now, looking for any clue as to who did this and why. Hopefully we will be back to work in a few days. The police are investigating the building site now, looking for any clue as to who did this and why. Hopefully we will be back to work in a few days.
I'm so sorry. Was it my fault in any way? We just wanted to get an early start. I did not notice anything wrong with this scaffolding until it was too late. Am I going to be fired? Carl, I really need this job.
You just get well, Thomas. You will have a job when you get out of here. In the meantime, all your expenses are being taken care of by Ms. Beecham. So do not worry. Concentrate on getting well.
Okay, Inspector Schmidt, you start over there, and look for anything suspicious, and I will look here over the metal scaffolding poles. The tech guys have already dusted for fingerprints, and the safety inspector has given us the okay to proceed with the investigation.
Have you spoken to the witness?
I spoke with Mr. Jordan and Ms. Beecham, and my colleague has spoken to Herr Neubauer. We've asked that he give us a list of everyone who has access to the site. Have you spoken to the old lady in the downstairs apartment?
No. He'll let you do that. I'm allergic to cats. And besides, she likes men better. She was rather abrupt with me, but was all flirty with the emergency medical crew.
So, Inspector, can I get you another piece of cake? How about some nice Earl Grey tea? Or would you like a sandwich? I can make one up for you in no time. Do you not have someone at home that feeds you, boy? You need a little more meat on your bones.
No, thank you, Frau Griswold. Thank you. Can we get back to the subject at hand?
Of course, dear boy, but eat up. Eat up. There is plenty. You know Romeo likes you. That is a good thing. He is a very good judge of character. What do you want to know? I told those nice gentlemen all I knew and they wrote it all down. Have you gone to see those poor boys who fell? They look terrible, but the doctor says they will be okay. Did you know that Frau Beecham is paying all the salaries for everyone while they wait for you to give them the okay to get back to work? I know most of the boys on the work crew. They are also very sweet to me, except for Hans. He is too quiet, and my Romeo does not like him. I do not like him either, if the truth be known.
Yes, ma'am. Can you tell me if there was anything else you might remember about that morning?
Well, Romeo was making a fuss and he had all the other cats in a tizzy. I thought he just needed to go outside. But he kept running from window to window like something or someone was outside. Then he started growling and hissing. Well, that set off all the other cats. There was no way I could get back to sleep. So I got up and started baking cupcakes for the crew. I saw Thomas and Wolfgang through my window as they climbed up the scaffolding. I waved and thought nothing of it. Then came a loud and horrible crash. I ran outside to find them, both, laying and moaning on the ground. I had my phone in my robe pocket and called for help. While I waited, I tried to help them the best I could. You know, I studied nursing when I was a girl. I never had children of my own. That is why my cats are so special. The boys on this crew are like my adopted children. I would do anything for them, and I think they would do anything for me.
Okay, thank you. That was helpful.
Of course, my dear. Have another piece of cake.
No, thank you. If there's nothing else, I should go now.
This was a lovely visit. Do come again. You know, everyone thinks I am senile and more than a little bit crazy and repeat myself.
Well, thank you for all your help.
This was a lovely visit. Do come again. You know, everyone thinks I am senile and more than a little bit crazy. But you know, I see a lot and hear better than people think.
Well, goodbye, then.
For example, take that Hans fellow. If you ask me, he is the one you should be talking to. There is something not right about him. I mean, it is not just because he is a foreigner. I do not think he is. I think he understands German perfectly well. His accent sounds fake. His reaction to things others say is wrong if he did not understand what they were saying to him. He makes intentional grammar mistakes, but then will use a word that is more complicated for a foreigner to say with no problem. He sneaks off during the day. I've seen him on the phone. He always seems to have money and flashes it around when he thinks nobody is looking.
Do you have any proof of any of this?
That is the problem. I cannot prove anything, but I know it in my heart. And Romeo is never wrong about people.
Well, thank you, Frau Griswold. I will take all of this into consideration.